A solar electricity system, sometimes it's called solar PV. PV simply stands for photovoltaic, which means that it produces electricity from sunlight. Solar energy is of course renewable. Once the panels are installed, they will continue to generate electricity with virtually no carbon emissions whatsoever. These systems work very well in the UK climate. They work on cloudy days, they work on sunny days obviously. At night you simply buy electricity from the grid as normal. As with many trades and home improvements, installation prices will vary. Energy Friend provide a service to homeowners where we help you to find quotes and compare them. We ensure those quotes come from reputable installers. We use local companies, we use national companies. We make sure you get the best deal. And of course we make sure that the installation is carried out according to all of the regulations surrounding this fairly new industry. Once you've chosen a supplier, the installation will take just a couple of days. Scaffolding will need to go up in order to access the roof safely. The panels are placed over your existing roof tiles. It's all plugged in and connected up within those 2 days, and you'll start to generate your own electricity immediately. Importantly, of course, your house and your household appliances won't know the difference between electricity from the sun and electricity from the national grid. Everything will run as normal. The feed-in tariff is actually a piece of legislation that was brought in by the previous government, supported by the current government. It guarantees you a buyer for any electricity that you generate from a renewable source. In fact, the feed-in tariff is probably quite a confusing name because you don't need to sell the energy into the grid in order to get the feed-in tariff. It works like this: the panels generate electricity, the amount of electricity generated is measured in kilowatt hours or units, and your energy company will pay you on the basis of the number of units generated. This money goes into your bank account. It's tax-free. You get it every quarter. You can still use the electricity that you've generated in order to cut your bills. You don't have to sell the electricity back to the national grid to get the feed-in tariff. So it's kind of a double benefit. You get paid for generating the electricity, and on top you actually cut your bills by using the electricity. A solar electricity system typically will cost anywhere from £6,000 to £12,000 depending on how big it is. Of course the bigger systems generate more and therefore pay you back more every year. If we look at an average size system, say installed for £9,000, then the householder could probably expect to earn around £1,000 from the feed-in tariff, as well as cut their bills by about £150 every year. So from this householder would probably expect to get their money back in about 8 or 9 years, after which they'd start to make a profit for the next 15 years. In total they'd make a profit of over £20,000 on top of their initial cost. So if you look at this as an investment, actually, as many people do, it's actually paying back at about 12%, compared to interest rates in the banks which are around 3 or 4%.